Hello. Welcome to Hanging Out with Temi. My name is Temi Ajayi, and I've got my friend Heidi Solomon. How are you doing, Heidi?
I'm really good, Temi. Thank you for asking. It's been a beautiful, busy week, and the weather was amazing today, wasn't it?
Beautiful. That's why I'm wearing yellow.
Yes, it suits you. I love yellow. It's my one of my favorite colors, and I went out for a walk today. It was really nice, and the weather was beautiful. So I didn't want to come home.
Oh, you are like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was a little it was beautiful for a little while. I must say it's beautiful now that I can go out anyway. And then it
Yes,
went a little bit dull. But however, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So you're the one that says you're busy and it's a beautiful, busy week. That's coming from Heidi, who says it's beautiful, busy week.
well, it's a beautiful week, and it's also busy because I've been serving a lot of people, and I've been doing so many different things, preparing for different adventures that I'm starting. So I'm starting a course, and it's a
You're
healing. It's a
starting
group.
another course.
Yes.
Oh my word! Now there's a problem.
Hold on. It's May now. So I'm offering a course. So I'm offering,
Okay.
yes, so I'm offering a course for people that would like to do some healing work and don't want to do it one to one, and they want to do it in a very big group where we can all do understand and do the healing together, cheer each other up, and actually help each other out, because the collective consciousness of a group coming together to do the same thing is amazing.
Oh
So
my.
I'm looking forward for that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a powerful breakthrough in the council of a many. There's no doubt about that. And so you're going to talk about our camp in a minute, but I just want to acknowledge people that are watching us right now all over. Thank you so much for following up and for watching. Last week was beautiful. A lot of people who proposes, who's is it the boy, is it the girl? And I could see that a lot of people they've got so much input in it. And so thank you for watching. And if you're a first timer, we say thank you. Also, subscribe to our YouTube page. We've got the YouTube page, and you can click the bell. Is it the bell? It's called
Yes.
bell. Ah, good. It's called the bell. So click on that. So that means whenever we're on, you will be the first one to be alerted. And also like our Facebook page. I want to say something for the viewers. If you have youth in your family, in your life at all, I think you should share some of our programs, because I say things, our youth, our future, our children, our future, your life as well matters. So I would say share this for the people that might be beneficial. So on that note, thank you. I'm going to get Heidi to talk about our camp that is coming up.
Okay. So, like we just mentioned, and we just said that there is power when there is a group of people, when they come together with the same intention, wanting the same outcome, and doing the same thing. So this is why we have decided that we are going to hold an amazing space and place and company for the ladies. So if you're a lady, you can apply. If you are not a lady, you are not welcome to apply. And we can have another one for couples later, but in the meantime we are doing this one for the ladies, and it's a very special retreat or camp or get together where we celebrate each other, we hold each other together accountable, because there's so much that has happened to us in the past year or so, and this year as well has been also difficult for all of us. For some of us specifically, like Temi, for example, she had to isolate for 2 weeks. She could not get out of her house, get out of her door for 2 weeks. Now that's huge. That has a lot of emotional impact, psychological impact. That draws back a lot of things that that, some of us are incapable of actually facing, and looking at what is happening in the world. We all know someone very dear to us. We all lost people. And when we get together, we support each other. We make sure that we all are here for each other, and we know that everybody matters. You
Yes.
matter. You matter. You are important. You are amazing. You are significant. And you are invited to our retreat. So quick before it's all over. And
I was about to say, we can only accommodate 40. I can tell you now that 20 have confirmed.
oh, really?
Yes, we can only accommodate for 40 ID. We spoke with them together. So when they rang me
Well, I
last week,
think they said, wasn't it 40 minimum, but then we could add more?
maybe you are right. But but we can add more. You're right. But I actually told them 40.
Yeah, okay.
I
40.
confirmed
All right.
40 with them so that it's manageable and stuff and be cozy. We've got 20 people confirmed, and the ticket, I mean the flyer or the ticket will be out very shortly. So if you're desperate and you want to go out and get really, really groovy, let us know. First
Yeah.
come, first serve. So please don't blame us if there's no room. There will always be next time. But it's the 10th to the 12th of September, and the information will be out shortly. Now, my birthday month is coming.
Yay!
My birthday month is when I celebrate and I let my guard down, and I just thank God every year is a blessing. Last year, I supported a carer of the people with special need. This year, I'm going to concentrate on a group. It's a group of people in Melbourne. They call, don't know if I should give it away yet, but anyway, they choir and they support people with special need. They choir for people with special need, and they all volunteers. These people are doing so much. They're not getting any money as such. And so they've reached out and they're looking for sponsorship and support. So for my birthday this year, don't give me card. $2 card, put it towards these choir people, and that's where it's gonna go this year. But the more information will come very, very, very soon.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah,
Temi.
thank you. Heidi, you're the same. You do the same for homeless, for this, for that. But people with special need really touches the cause that I support, because of course I'm a mother of a special need person, and so I know what it is. It's very hard. Not a lot of programs, not a lot of activity. People don't want to do anything for free, and so to create a program to support these people, you have to be funding it yourself. So I'm not surprised that it's a bit tough for them at the moment, but I'm going to share more later on. And also, you want to talk about our advertisement before we go on the platform? We've got 1 minute to go.
Yes. Okay. So, as you all know, we have been operating for more than a year now. It's been a year, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months. So we've been on for 16 months, and we are growing every day. So we have opened the opportunity for everyone, if they want to, if you own a business or if you would like to advertise on our platform, please speak to Temi. And our platform is open as long as your business is legit. And we know that yes, you are allowed, and you are most welcome to come and advertise on our platform. We will support you, and we will obviously, you will get the support of our viewers as well. So that's amazing. It's a win-win situation, and we just want to thank you all for coming to the show and watching it, and blessing us as we bless you as well. So that's the other thing that we wanted to add. So imagine that, you are advertising your businesses and you are talking about your own passion with the passionate people, because I think you can already tell how passionate we are about everything we do, and we
Yes.
don't do anything half-ass done. It's all full ass.
Oh. That's true. That's true. Thank you so much, Heidi. We're gonna go on a quick break, and I'll come back and share something today that I wanted to speak to it. I felt like someone pop my bubble today also, but I'll come back. Let's go on a quick break, and we'll come back and I'll share what my conversation was today. Welcome once again to onto this platform, hanging out with Temi, and I've got Heidi Solomon. Today, Liz is an admin. So, in case you're looking for Liz, she's doing an admin work behind the scene today. And also, so yeah, well done, Liz. Good job there, girl. Welcome. Today is going to be an amazing day. I'm actually looking forward to today because I really want to learn. As you know, our youth, they sweep you off your floor. Whatever you think you know, they'll break it and they scatter it. What we see today, I'm looking forward to it. But one of those things happened today, Heidi. I was talking to a lady, a girl, and she was telling me about her piercing. She pierced something. And I said, oh, I was wondering what you pierced now. Is it your hair? I said, as long as you don't pierce your body, my friend. And then she says, so what's the difference between piercing my ears and piercing my belly button? She said, but you pierce your ears. I said, yes, it's here. He said, so what's the difference? That piercing is piercing, doesn't matter where you put it. So what do you reckon, Heidi? I said no, because if you pierce your tummy, what if you have inflammation there and you're infected? And then she said, but what if I'm infected in my ears as well? So I thought I'll share this. I felt like maybe she's right. Maybe I'm biased about my traditional notion of where PS has to go. I thought I'll ask you, Heidi. What do you reckon?
Um, I'm gonna be biased as well because I don't know. I'm just gonna admit that I'm a little bit old school. I believe that piercings are supposed to be in cartilage. They're not supposed to be in skin that has dermis, epidermis, and all other dermis. So I believe that like here, for example, if you pierce here, you're gonna have problems because this here is not just cartilage. If you pierce the ears, you're not gonna have any problems because there's no many nerve endings. So nerve endings are specific kind of tissues and cells that are actually existing in the skin, under the skin, that we can actually pierce somewhere, but when there is not much nerve endings. But when there is a lot of nerve endings, that's just basically a site for infection. We can have infections that way. So I don't believe that people should, but I'm just talking in terms of a medical view here. People should not pierce places that have lots of nerve endings in it and that is not purely cartilage. Nose is cartilage, ears is cartilage, but other places in the skin is not cartilage. So I do not support that. And in terms of fashion, you know what? Do what suits you. But I'm just talking from a medical point of view here.
It's good what you said. I know that I used to go to a church that we never used to wear earrings. And they were referring to when the children of God, they were putting earrings to make gold and make God for themselves. And also in Leviticus, where the Lord said, don't pierce your body, don't even put tattoo there. And so really, if I want to follow that, we shouldn't pierce anything. I know you're talking about medical, but God help us. Who knows? I'm not going to say
Yeah.
more than I'm going to leave it, but we are living in grace dispensation. We believe that, it's grace. So really, I don't know. But really, if you want to follow strictly Old Testament, it says don't tattoo your body, don't pierce something, don't do whatever. But I'm going to stop there before I get myself into trouble. Let me take it to God. God, speak to me about this. But thank you, Heidi. We've got
All right.
limited time. We're going to be bringing today these amazing people. My, oh, my, the youth. And of course, we don't I don't know if our wisdom is coming and Elaria anytime soon. Today's topic went on how do you know he or she is the one for you? Because I've been hearing lots of stories about this stuff, and truly, I don't know about you, I'm confused. I think I've said that twice. I hope it's not this locked in that made me confused. But I'm really confused because in our time, we don't have to, you will know. We know and we just go with our gut. But these days, they have all these uh, deep statistics that I think so, but they're going to tell us if I'm right or wrong, that it's very rigid that they follow. They follow this rigid thing. I'm thinking, who is going to marry you guys like this? And it's the boys and the girls, both of them. I don't know what I do. How and when do you know? For me, I will tell you. My story is interesting because I really did not know initially. Uh, to say the truth, but I wasn't as hard as this youth. This one's a very hard. Oh, I don't know. They're gonna talk to us. What do you reckon, Heidi?
To be honest with you, Temi, I'm just going to go to facts and statistics, okay? Well, the fact is 50% of all marriages right now end up in divorce.
Yeah,
Not 20, not 30, not 40. We're talking 50%. Nearly
it's
50%.
it's even
All right?
higher, even with the religious organization. What if we bring these people on and
Yeah.
then they will tell us whether they agree is 50% and whether they not agree is 50%. So hold on, let's bring our guests on.
Yep.
Uh, Hello, Lola. How are you? Welcome to Hanging Out with Temi.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
I can't wait, really. And one second. Wheezy. Hello,
How
Wheezy.
is that?
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Hanging Out with Temi. I'm really grateful that you two could honor this because I think our topic today is a little daunting, but for you to actually honor it, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's good to be here.
Good. Elaria, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I call you Lola.
Sure. Yes, Lola is my nickname, both in the Egyptian and apparently in the Nigerian community as well.
Yeah,
I'm
that's my
18,
name,
almost.
Lola.
Yeah, I'm 18, almost 19. I graduated school last year, and I'm currently studying biomedicine at La Trobe. So yes, I'm on the younger side, but that doesn't mean I'm completely naive. Let's get that out of the way.
Oh my, she started already. This is so good. Exactly right. You're not naive indeed. Thank you so much, Lola. Wheezy, how are
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm alive.
Wheezy has been on the platform a few times, but for the benefit of people that don't know you, have you got your saxophone with you right there?
No, no, I don't have it here. No.
Wheezy is our sax gem. Can you tell us a little bit? What do you want us to know about you? You don't need to.
Um, well, there's so many things. I'll just keep it simple. Yeah, my My birth name is actually Ifiok, not Wheezy, Ifiok. And the direct translation of Ifiok is Wheezy, wisdom. The direct translation of Ifiok. Yeah, so I'm an engineer turned musician, producer, motivational, everything. I'm just trying to make the most of life.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Wheezy. Heidi was talking just before you came on and saying 50% of marriages end up in divorce. Oh my gosh. And I know that. But what do you reckon is the cause of this, Heidi?
Um, the cause of this now, Temi, look, it's growing in numbers, and in the statistics tell us that people get married for the wrong reasons, and then they stay married also for the wrong reasons, and then they get divorced again for the wrong reasons. But it all starts in the beginning, where they have thought that this was the one. And then now, when I talk to, in my practice, I have young ladies like, as old as Ellie or a little bit older. And they tell me, I'm hearing these words a lot these days. Oh, he's my soulmate, or he's my twin flame, or he's my whatever it is else that they put on. And then I'm thinking, what? Soulmate? Twin flame? What else? What is that? Where did they come up with these terms? He's the one. I met him in a different lifetime. I heard this the other day. And I said, oh, yeah, right. He met him one time. It's lack of clarity.
Yeah.
Lack of knowing oneself, I believe. It's just lack of clarity, lack of knowing oneself, lack of really identifying of what is important to me. What do I want? What am I here? What am I here doing? Where am I going with this life? What am I doing?
Okay. So when you say, what do I want? All right. And that's where my problem is. Is it about what you want or about what the other person wants? But anyway, let's go straight on to our guests. When or how do you know he or she is the one? Elaria. When or how? Let me write this
Okay.
down. When, how?
So, let me just make a quick disclaimer before I even begin on this topic.
Yes.
I am at the ripe age of 18, so I don't actually have any experience at all in this area. So I'm just speaking based off of what I believe is right in terms of values and boundaries and whatever else, but I don't actually have physical experience in this. Let's just get that out of the way. Now you're asking when or how do you know he or she is the right one?
Yeah.
I think the same way that you think, how do you, what group of people do you have around you? It's the same sort of thing, because that person you'll be spending with the rest of your life, if God's willing, the rest of your life with them. And you don't want to be choosing somebody that your values do not align with, or someone that you're not totally comfortable around, or someone that doesn't respect you or give you the amount of space that you need. So I think that once those requirements are met, then you have the ability to
Say that
explore that
again. Someone that doesn't respect you and give you the amount of.
space that you need to be your own person.
I love that. And you might not have practical experience, but you're actually speaking the language that everyone is speaking. This is what I'm hearing. Even the adult people, I mean, like your adults, like at 20 or 5, 20 something, the same thing. Space, there's space. I wonder what that is. Never have a space. And I think we're gonna trash this, because when we talk about it, everybody will be able to see whether it's right, whether it's wrong, and how can we compromise. And I don't know if you guys want to compromise, and that's another one. Wheezy, when and how do you know? You heard what Elaria said. Well, Lola said about value, about respect, and about the space. Oh my, I thought that might be a bit big. What do you reckon?
Hi everyone. Hi Elaria, how are you?
I'm good. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm good. Good to listen to you. Yeah. So I've been very, very interested in this subject called love and relationship.
You have been, all right?
That personally over the years I've actually gone out to actually sit down with some people that I've considered they've gone ahead in life. When you look at them, they've been married 20 years, 30 years, and personally I admire that because I believe that once you begin to go into relationships, failed relationships over and over, people don't become better. People do not become better as they go from one failed relationship to the other. In fact, to emphasize on what Heidi said, first marriage ends in more than 50%, second one is 68%, and the third marriage is 78%. So that means the more people get into new ones, the chances of it surviving is more slimmer. So if I've been there personally at a place in my life that I once was with someone in my life, and I said, "Oh my God, this must be the one," and it ended up the relationship ended, and when I look back and reflect on that relationship, I began to ask myself, "So what happened? Just a simple misunderstanding, and someone took off. Just a
Mm-hmm.
simple misunderstanding, someone took off, which is very, very particular with people in this generation." So it brought me to the point to start reflecting and looking deeper about how to meet that one and all what. So when I looked at it, I've when I looked at it, I've come to realize that the foundation to even lay on something comes from either finding that person that you have that compatibility, connection, or chemistry with. It always begins from there, compatibility, connection, or chemistry with. But that's not everything because you could find someone that you have connection with and you guys can solve problems. You could find someone that you have compatibility with and you guys cannot talk. You can find someone you have compatibility and you guys are not going the same place. So for me, I don't believe that there is the one. I believe that the first step is you find that balance between connection, chemistry, compatibility, which forms the foundation to be able to go in depth in discussing some critical life issues like what I just said. Are we going the same direction? What do you want for your life? How do you deal with pressure? Like personally, I do not like the way most people deal with pressures today. And I don't think you're simple saying I have mental breakdown. What's mental breakdown? Come on, our parents used to have resilience.
Hey, oh my gosh, me, you already you got to a very good spot. I like that really, and I think misunderstanding, which you said, you mentioned misunderstanding, and someone took off. And I think you're hitting the misunderstanding because this generation are very sensitive and they can take me on. We see them every time, we talk to them every time, we cancel them every time, but they come to us when things go pear shaped. They don't come to us when things to get canceled from the start. But then they come to us, so we see them extremely sensitive. And I think this is very important to talk about it because when they say they have mental problem, meaning I'm anxious, I'm stressed, I don't know how to handle the situation right now. They meant what they're saying. And then the man needs to understand that when they say that people are stressed, they stress. And I think that's what you're saying. A lot of men actually don't understand that. And it's a fact. I can say they think the girl, they're weak, they always think this. That's the truth. But men, I think, don't really understand that aspect of a woman. But I'm going to go on a quick break and I'll come back because I want to talk about respect. We'll be back. Welcome once again on Angina with Temi. Today we're talking about when or how do you know when or she, if he or she is the one for you. Wizzy said, I don't think there is the one. And Lola said, Elaria, for the benefit of what she's put on the platform, I call her Lola, says, you need your space, you need the respect, and then you need to, have the same value. But I'm really intrigued about respect. What do you think respect is? How would you define your own respect, Lola, that you want from a man? I mean, like, you're 18, the fact that you're not exposed, thank goodness. And people will take me on that and say, well, we're 18, we don't have boyfriend, and now at 20, you want us to marry. I don't know, you can't win. I'm sorry. But I just thought I would still say, kudos to you for doing that. But you have friends that are engaged, friends that are married of your age and everything. So you are not really totally obscured from it. You know what they're doing. You're not there, but you know. What do you think respect is, where, for a lady's perspective?
Sure. Respect is a massive, it's a very vast word.
Yeah.
There's a lot of categories that lie into what respect is
Yeah.
and how a person may receive respect. So a person may be showing you respect in a way, but the other person may be receiving it not in the same way that it was intended to be received. So that's the importance in compatibility as well. That's really important. So, for example, even just regular friendships and relationships, like, for example, my relationship with my mum, if I say something that I'm saying it out of respect, she might receive it as, something that's crossing the line between parenting and daughter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
true.
it really depends on the dynamics of the relationship. In terms of like a romantic relationship, I think respect is a mutual understanding between two parties where one is able to carry out what what their passions are, and the other person is able to give them space to do that.
Oh,
And also just without like judgment of character as well. So
I like
they
that.
don't, yeah, it's just an understanding, a respect they share between two people.
I like that. So I think the girls or the ladies are big on letting them be who they want to be. But
Mm.
I say that a lot of times the men want you to be what they wanted, not what you want. Is that right, Wizzy? That you want the girl to be who you want her to be, not like respect. How would you define respect? I think respect would be somebody that will come and say, honey, and if you got headache, I'll give you Panadol and give you water. Is that respect? Um, I
No,
fix your
no.
car. I fix your car for you if it's broken, because you guys are really practical people, not fully romantic.
No, 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 no. We are fully romantic and practical at the same time.
Okay. All right.
When you speak to a vast number of men,
Mhm.
men interpret love as respect. Men take, to show a man you love him, you have to respect him. And so over time, we've had this discussion with a lot of men. Is it the thing of respect? Is it nature versus nurture, in the sense that are we born that way with this ego, or have we been trained to have that ego? It's always a battle. But you begin to see that um, there's something that goes on a lot in this generation, which actually transfers to relationship. This demasculinization of men. Men now feel uh, uh, the other half, mostly the female, they talk anyhow to them. It's like they don't give them the room to lead. Men are created to lead. They love leading. They love leading. Yeah, so you
Okay.
don't give them room to lead.
I
It's like
like
someone
that.
talking down at you. In fact, women feel that we are scared of their success in the 21st century. No, no, no. Men are not scared of their success. What men are scared of is what women have become because of success. So it's like the woman that becomes successful become less, she's become less workable with. If become less you can't negotiate with her. If you ask so many women will tell you in the workplace they would not like to work under a female boss. Even ladies, they will
Mm-hmm.
not like to work under a female boss. Why? Because a female boss today, most of them, they are so unagreeable, so tough to work with, and they transfer the same thing into the relationship. But when they come, they meet a man who, because of his ego, well, men have ego, and that ego is not to bruise a woman. That ego was meant to lead. And so when you try to fight with that thing in him that wants to take the lead is not to bring you down or tear you down. The lead is that it's just natural. God has placed it in men, and the women do not want them to do that. So the men begin to feel like you're not respecting me every time you kill that my ability to take the lead. So for a man, respect has to come down to the ability that you can agree with them for them to be able to take the direction or direct the way things goes.
I have a question for you, Wisdom.
Yeah.
So does that mean that you know what you want in a woman?
Oh my God, 101%.
Great, I like that. So does that mean that you have boxes, and when you meet someone, you go, oh, she ticks 5, or she ticks 7, or she ticks?
I have what I
How
call.
many boxes you need?
I have what I call 7 templates. 7 points in a template. On top of that list is what I call conversation flow, ability to talk. People today cannot talk. A lot of ladies today cannot. I'm sorry, but even men, they cannot talk. Why do I need to talk? I need to talk because I need to know. We need to agree in conversation. Some people can't even just have a conversation, not about love, just anything. Just have a conversation about anything. They can't.
Wow, that's a big one. They
can't.
can't talk. Is it true, Lola?
I agree with you in a way, definitely. People are so concerned with being politically correct in some ways that they get offended by the slightest of things, which definitely makes conversation definitely hard. I find that more with groups of people that I haven't grown up with though. Like, for example, in university, there's many people from different walks of life that are coming in. And sometimes you just have to be very careful, what comes out of your mouth so you don't get yourself in trouble. But yeah, definitely, like, I definitely see that. I definitely agree with that.
Really?
See, one more thing. You see, why for me conversation flow is very important, because relationship is about two imperfect people coming together. These two imperfect people are gonna come in with so many things they've learned from so many ways over the course of time. When they come in with this imperfection, you're trying to bring them into alignment. That alignment cannot happen if you cannot talk. And unfortunately, most people have interpreted conversation to mean argument. Most people don't talk, they argue. They just argue, they're not talking. They are not talking, they're just arguing. You see this big gap between them. I'm over here and someone is over here. It's not happening. I feel that people need to be taught first how to talk. I learned that conversation involves 3 things. It involves the speaker, the hearer, and the responder. 2 people: the speaker, the hearer, and the responder. So if I'm talking to you, Elaria, I'm expecting that what I'm saying to you is what you're hearing. Do you understand? I'm expecting that what I'm saying is what you're hearing. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You're saying one thing and someone is interpreting something else. So how do I know you understand me? Is based on your response. And so I say to people, if you're in a relationship and one person cannot talk, get out. If you're in a relationship with someone and they cannot talk, get out of that place. If you're in a relationship with someone and there's too much tension and argument, get out. Conversation flow there have to be synergy. You talk, I talk, you talk, I talk, and we understand each other.
That, like what Elaria said, I think what she said also is sometimes you assume the person you're talking to understands, and also politically correctness as well. Sometimes you speak, for example, if I'm talking to somebody from other nationality, I might say half word, I won't finish it, and I expect that they will understand everything that I've said, and this can build up. So communication I'm trying to get through to Wizzy will be to ensure that the person you're communicating with actually really understand fully what you're talking about, because they might not innocently, they might not understand, so this is a big problem. You think they understand, but they really do not understand. I was talking to Liz the other day. I said, Liz, I'm in isolation and she thought, because the whole Victoria is in isolation. No, the whole Victoria are in lockdown. What do you call it? Not isolation. They were
Lockdown.
a lockdown. Exactly. But I was in isolation because I was a second contact. I was literally locked home for 10 days, for 14 days. But she didn't understand what I was saying. She didn't hear me properly. I knew she didn't hear me. I was supposed to explain further to say, no, 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 I'm actually being confined to be, somewhere. But I did not say that. And I just, so a lot of time you think somebody else understands and they don't. You said something, Wizzy, which I want to pick up on. You said, the like Elaria, she's at uni, she's got like 2 jobs, she's doing businesses, she's 18. So I'm wondering where 18-year-old boy will be. You see, so the girls are too quick. The boys can't do makeup, they can't do the nail polish. There's a whole lot of opportunity for the girls to explore and to to just acquire and to be whatever established. But the boys' counterpart is gonna take a long time. So I'm thinking, will that be sort of esteem issue, that if a 18-year-old boy comes to Elaria now, they will be intimidated and like, oh my gosh, she's got everything, but she's doing everything because she's got opportunity to do it. But that's not her. That's what she does. That's really, but before you get there, if you already have that premonition that she's too much, I don't think I can look after this. See, you already condemn yourself. Could that be a a good statement to say? Maybe, just maybe, this is one of the issues that the boys have.
The boys, very true. There's a problem with the boys, that, and it's all intertwined in what's going on in society right now. This whole idea of feminism. By the way, I hate feminism, for all those listening. I'm an anti-feminist, and the reason why I hate feminism is because the initial idea of feminism, giving women opportunity, has been hijacked, and now it means trying to lift women up, you have to bring down the men. Men are not prepared for life. The boys are not prepared for life. The boys are not prepared for life. We focused so much on the girls and literally left the boys. So if you now look at statistics, men are dropping out of universities. If you look at statistics, men are now committing suicide. If you look at statistics, more men are going to prison. If you look at statistics, more men are becoming violent. Why? Because men are not prepared for life. There are no fathers at home, and they're being raised by single mothers, or those being raised by both parents. They are too busy to work. They don't train their men. So when you don't prepare people for life, you're going to create bad human beings in a relationship. You end up creating bad human beings. We need to get back to the point that if we are lifting our women up, also lift up the boys. Lift up the boys. I grew up in a family that my mom had roasters in the house for cleaning and cooking for everyone, irrespective of the fact that you were a boy or you're a lady. So if I'm cooking on Monday, my sister is sweeping on that Monday. If you're cooking on Tuesday, your sister is sweeping. All of us had to share we're taught to grow up that way. But look at today. It's like you just leave them to find out their own parts on their own. What do you think they'll become?
And do you think that this kind of awareness needs to come to parents?
Yes.
Or
100%.
Schools, or like youth leaders? Because I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Wisdom. Men are not raised to be men, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, but that is true. That is true. And this is what the girls like Ellie are noticing. They're noticing that, all the boys out there right now, they're not the men that they want to be with. And then they're thinking, well, what happened there? Why do I have to, wait till I'm, graduated and finished and done, and then I'm already responsible for my own life? And is someone going to match me? Because she's looking for someone, like you said, men want to lead, right? Men want to lead, and that naturally they want to lead. But then, like a girl like Ellie, she needs to be led by a very, very, very strong man, because she is so strong. She is determined. She knows where she's going. She's got life happening for her. And you know what? If a man's going to lead her, he has to be a man. He has to be so full of his manhood. And, to be honest, this is very, very different now out there in the world. And then, when a man finds her, for example, or a woman finds you, you know, sometimes also there is a wounded feminine, you know, because she hasn't really lived her femininity. Like, I'm going to talk about myself. You know, I was responsible from a very, very young age, and I didn't experience a lot of my femininity. And then when I got married, I was so wounded and I wanted rescue. And I thought, yes, he's the one. He's going to rescue me. And then the marriage ended up being, you know, broken later on. So we are raising a lot of wounded masculine and wounded feminine, and we are responsible for that. Where do you guys think we can find solutions?
I'm gonna go on a quick break. We'll come to solution because I think there's more before we get to solution. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hanging Out with Temi. On Hanging Out with Temi, I'm Temi Ajayi. I've got Heidi, my friend, and we've got our two powerful guests, Wizzy and Elaria. We're talking about when or how do you know he or she is the one for you. Heidi, you just said something big. Then you said we're raising a wounded man. And also, Wizzy said the men are not raised for life. And maybe yes. In this case, I'm just looking at where is flexibility. Somebody said, Wizzy, your last point is super valid, and all these contribute to complicated relationship and marriages. Thank you so much. I'm just wondering, where is this? Because people, you can't one day overnight just grow and matured and know everything. So where is compromising come from? Because these days, Elaria, I know that the girls don't even want to give any chance. The moment they see any slackness, they take off. You know, what if that guy is actually not malicious, they're not evil, and they're just growing, and to allow them to grow at that pace, you know? And also the boy, we'll talk to the boy, there shouldn't be, I think, the ego is good. Men are born to be ego, but sometimes absolute ego is destructive. Because when two people are coming to relationship, you're coming as a pair. You don't come as, I want to rule, I want to reign. What's all that? I think once you're a man, just be you. Just looking for somebody to like Heidi said, to heal, somebody to nurture someone. If you're coming with that mind, you're not looking at what she's got or what she hasn't got. We all know that Michelle Obama is probably the Obama, but the husband can speak, he can come and do all the swagger, but the wife is very strong and equally capable of doing anything. But then she still honor the husband. You know why? Because the husband is honoring, you know, the wife. You see? So if my husband is coming big, I want to rule, I want to reign, I'm going to be, again, you know, fighting and say, rule what? Because we know women has always been ruled all our lives. In my village, and there's somebody, you know, articulated it very well, where your mother will carry something going to the farm, we put the baby behind your back, you might put another one in the front, and the old men will have cutlass and machete, just chasing invisible flies and be listening to the radio. Coming from the farm, this is what all the farmers were doing in my village. They'll be coming from listening to radio. They wouldn't even tell their wife what they were listening to in the radio. You just carry whatever they put, and then you go home and cook for them, and then you do everything. So I think the women are tired of it. So let's just be frank. And so whether they fighting for this or not, somehow at the back of their mind or something, they don't want that anymore. We want, like you said, Liz, Wizzy, a woman that you can communicate. Let us communicate reasonably. If the wife is younger, you can bring that lady to your level. It's fine, by mentoring, by supporting, and that's what make men, and you will automatically get your respect. You can't be feeding somebody honey every day and they want to be nasty. It's not possible. So they're fighting back because the men sometimes could be too much. You come in masculine. Sometimes this masculinity, even, it can't go both ways. Dina, you have to explain what you mean. We're saying that the man can be a man without being what's that? Ruling and saying respect is commanded, it's not demanded. The woman will automatically respect you. Like what Elaria said, I want you to speak to this. She's saying space, for example. If your wife comes and said, I need my space, I'm tired, and truly maybe she's even dying. The fact that she's got makeup on doesn't mean she's not dying. Maybe something happened at her work, maybe something happened at uni, and she's really, really spiritedly down. And then you expect the woman that, oh, I've got this business that just came, you're not even happy for me. It's not about you now. It's about listening to that woman. And that's what the woman is saying. I know you, I'm happy for you, you got business of $1 million, but I'm sick. So give and take. That guy said it's not both ways. It's both ways. We're coming to party together as one unit, and then these two will become one. And you come with the mind. We all hear this. You come with the mind of looking after somebody. If you're the man, this girl is like a daughter to you. It's like a blood sister to you. So can you put every ego aside for once and just come with full flesh? I just want to love this girl and sport. It doesn't matter. Is that possible? Would you give that? Without thinking she's too much. Now she's not listening to my progress. Wheezy, that's what the question. Because I think that's what is happening here.
It's difficult. It's difficult. Why is it difficult? It's difficult because we are living in a time where people are wired to believe they have options.
Huh.
It's difficult. People that have options, I don't want to waste my energy on someone that is not reciprocating back the same energy, in me. People have to realize that it is tough. The times we are living in, life is already tough. All right, life is tough. We are a reflection of who we are in our relationships. So people are reflecting who they are in your relationship. I feel people should not be going into relationship to be carried.
Ha.
You should be coming whole. So that means that you have to take the responsibility to go through the process of healing first, be a whole person, reflect on what happened, reflect on where you want to go in life, what you want to do in life before you go in. Because once you go in with that mindset that, oh, someone has to do this and carry me, it will end in disaster. It will end in disaster. Come in knowing who you are, come in healed, come in moving up from the past relationship, come in healed from the past experiences, come in here for whatever you go to, and that way you'll be able to gel with the person.
Wow. Okay. So they should come in healed, which I agree. I agree people can come in healed, but the thing is, though, sometimes they come in healed and then they get into the relationship. You might say one word, one thing one day, and they become sick with the word that you say or with an action that you did. They could become whole and then got winded when they get to you because of it. And you expect them to get over it and get better and get maybe not.
You see, one of the aspects of being healed and being whole is this. The thing called relationship and marriage today comes with pressure. If you choose to be in the marriage or relationship, your pressure level is going to increase. Your relationship will increase the pressure level in your life. Marriage will increase the pressure level in your life. So if you do not know how to deal with pressure before, you can't deal with pressure. You can't deal with the pressure. So what happens? Because you didn't have that resilience, once you get in there, a little thing triggers you off, a little thing makes you have breakdown, mental breakdown. Be tough for the journey, toughen yourself for the journey. It's a journey. Toughen yourself up for the
I
journey.
agree. I
Can I
agree.
add something on top of that?
Yeah.
So something that my mum always says, and this is my holy grail. This is just perfect. You come into the relationship as a whole person. You're right, Wizzy, but the relationship itself is an entity, right? There's three entities in this whole relationship. It's you, yourself, the other person, and the relationship itself. Okay. No matter what the other person does, it doesn't affect you as a person. It puts strain on the relationship, not yourself. Does that make sense? So it's not yourself that's affected. The relationship itself, the dynamic has changed. That's the difference. So what they do has no effect over you yourself as a person. It's just the relationship. So you can walk back from that relationship completely whole. It doesn't matter because the relationship was ruined, not you. Correct
Come
me if I'm
on.
wrong, Mum.
And that's what, no, because you don't live your life for somebody, and that's why they said you have to come. I think it was my husband that said you must first of all be happy single, then before you can marry. It's true. And so even if you get into the marriage and you're wounded, the relationship is broken, because you're strong and you're already healed in your spirit. So if you get out of the relationship, you're still healed. Listen, I will listen to your mom, even though she's a single mother, in some relationship, in some aspect, and listen to somebody, because I know the fact that this relationship ruined, it takes two to tango. It might not be her that ruined the relationship. It could be the other person that went the other way. So now she's a victim of separation, but that does not make her not a good mother, a good wife. You understand? So it's true what you said, and I think everybody should have that notion of relationship can break, but you are not the one that is broken. But my main point of doing this show today, I'm actually really concerned the way the youths are going. I strongly believe that you're not giving each other a benefit of the doubt. And I understand as a relationship coach myself that you don't sympathize to go into a relationship. But like, and I shatter that. I don't strictly believe in checklist either. Okay, like I said, somebody can come to you whole, and you can talk to them one day and just demoralize them. So you are the one that caused it. It's not them. They didn't come to your relationship with this. So we need to give ourselves that opportunity to breathe, and don't strictly have your checkpoint or statistics. It does not work. Sometimes you marry a man and say, my man is 6 figure, 7 figure, whatever you say, and then you marry them, you cook for them in 2 weeks, and they become fat and pot belly. So are you gonna get out now? Because now they're not 6 packs anymore, they're like 20 packs. What do you do? So you always have to have that. Also, when women have a baby or they get pregnant, we know that a lot of emotion and a lot of hormones comes, and that could change their life even forever. So we need to have the mind of supporting each other. I'll say something before I let you go. I had an uncle, and I will never ever forget this uncle. Married my auntie, who was a spoiled little brat, spoiled brat. Her father was rich. She was spoiled. Didn't know how to talk, didn't know how to behave, nothing. In fact, she used to irritate me, and I was little at the time. I was like 18, like Elaria. And so this uncle always say, listen, I'm 40 years old, and she was like 25. So I'm not going to let you ruin my marriage. This man owned it. He says, this is my marriage. I'm not going to let you, because I know for sure you're a spoiled brat before I married you, but you got some qualities that I like. You're from a good family, and I know that you're not wise, but it's okay. We're going to grow together. I'm not going to let you ruin the marriage. The marriage did not ruin. I'm talking, I was 18 years then. They're still together now. They have like 4 boys, doing fantastically well. But if that man was temperamental, like these days, guys, this marriage will have gone. Because my auntie, one day, for example, I always say this to people, visitor came in, and the uncle said, can you join us to eat? My auntie, join you to eat in the presence of the visitor. She started to abuse the husband. You're dumb. When people just get married, you don't ask visitor to join us. The visitors don't join us in the food. The man was just gesture. And then she carried on because she was silly. This is how petty and silly this man went through. Horror. I wasn't married, and I mean, I'm married now for what, 28 years or so. I wasn't married this long time, but the relationship lasted because the man is a man and he's a king, and that's how he rules. And now he's controlling. That woman is the wife. It doesn't matter who you are my wife. And when they're going out, this man is holding the wife like this. You are there, let me hold your hand because I'm the king and you're the queen. But anyway, I'm holding you because I'm the man. So I really want to say to men, before I go, and I want you to speak all to it, be considerate. When these girls, they're fragile, they're not like your mothers. We are tough. We were made tough because some of us drank Ogi and Pap. These people drank SMA Gold. They're fragile. They don't have the same strength as us. We went through torture. They didn't go through as much as us. So you don't expect them to be like us. They're very fragile and you need to take them as such. I think just love these people. If you know you love them, there's things that you see about these girls and they're compatible. You don't need to let them be 100% perfect. Wise like your grandmother. How can they be wise like your grandmother? They're not exposed to your grandmother's experience. I think the guys should just be mindful and stop judging. And the girls, because I'm very mindful of the time, the girls you can't want a man that will be 100% wise, smart. People grow. People can be 90, they can be 40 years and still not wise. We wisen together. We do life together. So just to be gentle on the boys and don't think all boys are slow learner. All boys are not. It's fine. If you want to be their mother and teach them, but don't judge them and condemn them. I really want to see more relationship because it looks like relationship is getting extincted and we're dying. So that's the essence of this. But Elaria, you want to say something? I'll let you talk.
Yeah, I just think it's important to stay true to your values before you give somebody a chance. I think it's important that you have an ideal standard, but also recognize the fact that change is inevitable, no matter what. People grow in relationships. Some people stay, like static in their relationship. So just be like mindful of that when you're choosing whoever you're like wanting to spend the rest of your life with. And yeah, just be a good judge of character. I think that's the most important thing.
Character.
All right, let me have
But again, be gentle because some ladies, sorry, character is open the car door for me. Make sure my car is warm before I get out. God knows what you guys are looking for, but be gentle. That's what I'm going to say. Be considerate. And, the value, maybe if you want somebody from the church, that's not negotiable. That's fair enough. I mean, that is not negotiable, but everything else, it's manageable. But Wizzy, go on.
So my final words, my final thoughts. I went to visit this man I respect so much in Dandenong. He's like a spiritual leader, and he said this to me, Pastor Tony. He said this to me. He said so many relationships would have failed if they did not interfere, if they did not intervene. Sorry, so many relationships would have failed if they did not intervene. My advice to every young person out there that's in a relationship, if you really want it to work, I beseech you, go and submit yourself under someone that's gone ahead of you in life. Submit yourself and be coached by them, learn from their experiences. It will help you survive those rainy days and those stormy days, because that day will come when your emotions are running high and you take decisions that can ruin the whole relationship. So go submit yourself to any couple, anybody you've seen. You respect their marriage, you respect their style of life. You've seen them go ahead of you. Submit to them, sit down at them, learn from them. It will help you survive the storms.
That's very good, because a lot of times we don't hear anything. We just know that the marriage is tomorrow. They don't want to talk to parents about it. They don't want to share anything because they think we fail. If we fail, if you look at us as if we fail, we might fail to you, but there are some skills and some nuggets and wisdom we have that we need to pass to you. So take good part of us that you see. We're not totally failed, and to your face, to your eyes, you might think we failed, but we might not fail. Who knows? Heidi.
I'm gonna put in conclusion that the most important relationship in our lives is the relationship that we have with ourselves. And to actually look at the relationship that we have with ourselves through someone else's eyes or in the mirror of someone else with us, it's the trigger. It's the major trigger. So in any kind of relationship, when there is a friendship or when there is a partnership or any kind of relationship, especially the ones that are very close and dear to us, the real character, the real deal, is very much out, like shown. It shines out, and whatever you are made out of comes out. Okay, so I believe that we need to do the work in ourselves. We need to work on that relationship that we have with ourselves. I've seen a lot of people under, abuse and under, really bad relationships. And the first question I ask, what is the relationship that you have with your own self? And usually that's the answer. Usually that's where the whole trick is. So I believe that we need to work on that relationship. We need to honor that relationship. And that starts with knowing who we are, what we're here to do, and where we are heading. And, the Bible tells us this. The Bible says, Temi, please help me with the verse. Like, what would benefit a man if they win the whole world and they lose themselves?
Mark and then lose his soul. Yeah.
Yes. So that is the most important relationship. Work out that one and you will find the one.
It's true. Work out that one, you'll find the one. I think you're right, Heidi. Everybody should work on themselves and don't project whatever you have in your head on another person. And when you see a gold, you will know you got gold anyway. And one thing is, once you get that, appreciate it. A lot of times we don't appreciate what we have until we lose it. And sometimes we take our relationship, we take it with trivia. We just, it's my wife anyway, it's my boyfriend anyway, So communication is big. Let us know what your values are. Somebody's values is, if I'm going out with you, you don't talk to anybody else. Is that your value? So let us know from the start, like, I can't do this, it's too hard because I need to talk to the whole world. And the person is like, no, I don't want you to do that because then you're cheap, then this, you see? So communication, let us come to an understanding of what we're doing, where we're heading to. Can we do this at all? And if you can, then work together. There's nothing that is good that is not worked on. We work. That is why, Heidi, you keep on studying. You keep on working on yourself. So is relationship. We have to work on the relationship. And if you're the person you say, again, I want to say this and I'll stop. If their good outweighs their weakness, if this person is 80% good, why are you focusing on the 20%? Focus on the 80%, and we can work together to perfect it together. It's work. You can't say, I leave you to yourself. You go sort yourself out. So if your wife is crying or your girlfriend is crying and say, I'm depressed, you want to book a session and say, let's go for a session. Book it yourself for her. This is what we're talking about. Because at this time, she's vulnerable. She can't book a session for herself. You see? And that is why we honor our husbands. I honor my husband because if you leave to me, I don't care. He will book me and say, let's go to America. I booked us for this session. Let's go to things. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm the problem. He's trying to heal me. Then he will say, we're going together. But actually, he's going for me. So but it took me a long time. This is what I want to say. It took me a long time to actually realize and to appreciate that either. I don't know. And so when I know, and then I know. So give that time when the person don't know. Always have that gap that what if they don't know and they're not malicious. I cannot thank you enough for today. I've put some things down, and Space. I like that. Next time we're going to talk about space. What does space look like to you? Wheezy, I
Yes,
can't
mom.
thank you. And I know you're passionate about this, but please go back, watch this video, and just look at our advices. I know you have them godfathers and all that somewhere, and I'm your godmother. But anyway, sometimes the bishop is not popular in their own house. But go back and watch this; it will help. Be considerate. We're growing together on this journey. You cannot be 100% perfect day one. You're not Christ. So think about that. Elaria, thank you so much for doing this. You're bold and you're beautiful. And I hope the boys are not going to be intimidated about you. They're just going to come and they know the beauty that you really, really are because you're soft, even though you're strong. And that's a good thing too. Nobody wants weakness. Nobody wants to carry anybody that is weak. And if the boy is weak, you can compliment them and both of you can be powerful together. So I hope they're going to look at this video and they're going to listen to you too. Powerful session today. Thank you so much. And on this note, we're going to say, appreciate.
Thank you. Good night.
Au revoir.
If you're watching us, everybody, thank you for watching. Share with your youth and let's keep the conversation going. Communication is the key. We don't want this relationship thing to be extincted. We want to populate the world. We need more beautiful and godly children out there. God bless you.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night.